Welcome one and all, Yanko here, and today I am about to talk about a show that I just watched on Netflix recently called Dragon Age Absolution. So, if you don't know what it is, it's a new animated, Dragon Age quest, I believe. No, I don't play the Dragon Age games, but it looked quite interesting, and the trailer for it looked really good, so I was like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a go. So it's 6 episodes long. As I said, it's on Netflix, and actually I have to admit I was pretty impressed. So basically the story is about this elf called Miriam, who escaped captivity from this pretty awful place where elves are basically slaves and there's nothing else they can do. Well, she was an assassin, trained up as an assassin by this family. So elves are owned, basically, and they're in slavery. But certain elves can rise up the rankings by getting taken into a rich family and then trained as their personal bodyguards and stuff like that. So yeah, basically she ran away and has been running ever since. She had a girlfriend called Hera, who they seem to have broken up when Hera went off to the Inquisition. Probably if you know Dragon Age more, this will make more sense. But to be fair, the story was pretty self-contained, and if you didn't know much about Dragon Age, you could go in and watch it. It's very D&D, magic and swords and elves and dwarfs and humans and different mythical creatures, that kind of thing. So yeah, she ends up getting recruited again by Hera to go on this big quest to get hold of an item that the particular country, I'll probably put the name there because I can't remember, I'm terrible with names, has hold of, and that they need for some reason, or the Inquisition needs it so that they can fight back against this particular country because they're a big powerhouse or whatever. But yeah, that's basically the story. She gets recruited, they build up a team, and they're about to go and do this heist job. And then it ends up being that Miriam has to infiltrate the building, and basically just everything goes wrong. There's romance in it as well, which I quite liked. There's a lot of action. The animation was really good and smooth, and there wasn't too many plot holes. My only issue with it was maybe that the pacing could have done with a couple more episodes to really make you invested with the characters. So my favourite character, this lady, I'm going to put her name and her picture there because I'm terrible with names and I don't want to butcher it. Now I think it's Quedion, but like I said, I probably butchered it. No, she was my favourite. She was really funny, and she was the comic relief of it, and I absolutely loved her. I just want a series about her, please. Come on, Netflix. Yeah, the voice acting was really good, the animation was really good. I think they could have done with a few more episodes to really make you invested in the characters, because I think that was one of the small problems, was this just a lot of stuff started to happen and it felt like you were supposed to be super, super invested, but they hadn't done enough to put it into. So yeah, I think that could have used a bit more rounding off. You're supposed to be super invested in these characters, and I just don't think they had the time to make you super invested. So I was invested in Miriam because she gets the most development, but then the other characters are kind of, yeah, I like you, but if you died, it's not going to make me cry, which I thought was a bit sad because they all have the potential to be super good characters that really make you invested and want to cry if anything happens to them. Now I think there might be a season 2 because they have left it in a place where not everything is tied up in a neat little bow, so maybe if they get multiple seasons they'll really make us invested, and then we'll be no, don't die. Sorry. So yeah, it was a fun watch. I watched it in the night, I kind of binged it. The characters were colourful, they were interesting. The backstory for Miriam was actually really sad when you get into it more. And especially the villain, this guy here, doesn't really think he's a villain, but yeah, he's a really bad villain in the sense of just his his judgment is so clouded, and he was never brought up to be like, he's a spoiled rich kid basically. So I don't want to give too much away, in case you do decide to go and watch it. But yeah, it was interesting, especially with the bad guy. I was like, dude, how can you not see that you're the bad guy? But I think it's just more that because he was raised so privileged and so spoiled, he can't see himself as the bad guy. Everything he does is, you know, merciful, and he's an amazing person, and like, how dare the world do anything against him, kind of thing. Which I kind of like. I don't mind the spoilt brat kind of villain archetype, because it done right, it's really well. It's like, it plays out really well. But yeah, I've been getting really into like Netflix like own original animated series. I like the animation for them. It's kind of a bit like Castlevania. I really like that. I like the fact that they're bloody and they're gushy and they're gory, and they're not afraid to chop someone's head off. So yeah, warning, if you don't like blood, guts and gore, this is maybe not for you. But yeah, I like that kind of thing. I like adult animation, and the fact that like the West is now being like, okay, cartoons aren't only for children. We can also tell cool, compelling stories that adults will like. And maybe that's because a lot of us who grew up on anime when we were younger are now old enough that we're going into the workforce. We're changing the rules, you know. We liked this stuff when we were younger, and we've not grown out of it, so we still want to go more into it. And you know, we still want to see more of it. So that's influencing, you know, Netflix, and it's influencing Hulu, and it's influencing even Crunchyroll to make their own series that are much more adult orientated and based, which for me personally I really, really enjoy. So I've seen a couple recently, and I don't know if I'm going to make videos on them, or if I'm just going to maybe do one compilation video and just like cram a load of them in. We will see on that. But yeah, this is just like a short one today, because there's not really much I can say about Dragon Age, other than like, I personally enjoyed it. It was a fun ride. There was nothing that you needed, like, you could go into it blind and kind of still enjoy it. Like, my only gripe, like I said, was that the characters, they could have maybe had 2 more episodes to like build up on the characters and like their interactions and stuff, because you kind of go into it and it's like, okay, here's these 2 characters, so Miriam and like her best friend, Roland. Is it Roland? Yes, Roland. And they've been together for ages, and you know, their friendship's really cool and their banter's really awesome. But yeah, I wanted to see more backstory on them. I wanted to know how they met, why he's so loyal to her, that kind of thing. That would have made it really good. Then there was a romance between Roland and Lacan, who is the dwarf dude. And again, I feel like that could have been built up a bit more. I mean, Raven of the Inn Palace, I like slow burn romances. I like, you know, ooh, there's chemistry here, but like the situation keeps getting in the way, so they can't really go forward with it. Now I did like that romance, and it was quite sweet, and I felt really sorry for my best girl, because like she was interested in him too, and then she got her heart broken because like dwarf dude got him in the end, and she was like, no. Again, Miriam and Hiro, their romance has already had been established in the past. Now, maybe this is because they're characters in a game, and there's a more backstory there that if I'd have played the games, maybe I'd know more. If this is the case, please tell me down below in the comment section so that I can broaden my horizons. But I don't know if they are or not. I know that Fairbanks apparently has a minor role in Dragon Age Inquisition, but again, I haven't played the games, so maybe I should go out and do that, or maybe if I get a Twitch channel I could stream me playing Dragon Age. That might be an idea. Again, let me know what you think of those ideas down below in the comment section. But yeah, really good. It's a fun ride. You don't really have to think much about it. Characters are, like I said, their backstories I want more of, but maybe we'll get that in season 2. But yeah, other than that, you know, go give it a watch. It's fun. It'll entertain you for a few hours. It might make you chuckle a bit, it might make you feel the doki dokis, or it might even be like, oh no, you know, it could just be me that's a bit jaded in life. Who knows? But yeah, no, other than that, I have a couple of updates. So, as it is coming into Christmas time, I am going to be visiting family, so I'm going to be pre-recording a couple of videos so that you guys still have videos to watch from me. But I will be taking a bit of a holiday in terms of spending time with some family, because a couple of my family members have been quite ill recently and it might be my last Christmas with them. So I decided that I was going to spend as much time as I could with them over the holiday period, so that if anything does happen in the new year, I don't feel any regret for that. So yeah, I didn't want to let you guys down either, so I've decided that I'm going to bulk record, have things preloaded, and you guys will still get the videos and I will still get to have some family time. I think that's the best balance, really, because I don't want it to get to a point where I'm neglecting like life outside of YouTube, but at the same time I don't want to neglect you guys who have been following me and supporting me either. So this was my compromise that I found. I hope that's okay. They will all be Christmas themed. I will have all of the sparkles and stuff. There might not be particularly Christmassy themed videos, but yeah, other than that as well, I've just decided that I'm going to record what I want to record, instead of having like a strict schedule of Mondays has to be related to this thing, and then, you know, Wednesdays has to be related to this thing, and then Fridays has to be related to this thing. So I'm just going to record what I feel like recording and put it up for you guys. I hope that's not going to be too bad. Like, they're still going to be about like media and anime and books and games and stuff. It's just they might not be in the set order that I've had them before. So like if I read something and I'm like, damn, I need to talk about this, it could be on a Monday. And if I watch something and I'm like, damn, I need to talk about this, it could be on a Wednesday. And then, or it could be, you know, damn, I need to record on a Monday for a game that I just played, you know, that kind of thing. Oh, I'm rambling again, I do apologise. But yeah, other than that, my kittens, I hope you take much care of yourself. Remember, have something to drink, nibble on something, your body needs food and sustenance. If you have any tablets to take, please don't forget to take them. Look after yourselves, my kittens. I love you, and I will see you next time. Au revoir!